Why did I buy a new Mazda 3 over a Honda or Toyota? That's what we're going to find out. Welcome to Car Corner, where we help you, the consumer, master the process of car buying and car ownership. That's right, for this video, I'm not just going to review any Mazda 3, I'm going to review my Mazda 3. I bought this car brand new, and I'm going to explain why I bought a new Mazda 3 sedan over a comparable Honda Civic or Toyota Corolla. And on top of explaining my decision-making process, I'm also going to share all the details of my deal, including how much I paid for it and how I got this amazing deal. So make sure to stick around until the end of this video. And if you enjoy and get value out of this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I post 2 videos a week, always straight to the point, valuable car buying advice designed to help you, the consumer. So to start things off, the main reason why I settled on a compact car is because I was essentially looking for a car that was affordable to buy, something that would be good on gas, but also a car that has a strong reputation for reliability, low maintenance and repair costs, and something that would also hold its value well over time too. Based on that, I narrowed my decision down to the Mazda 3, the Honda Civic, and the Toyota Corolla. And the main reason why is because all 3 of these models have an outstanding reputation for having strong reliability, low maintenance, and low repair costs. On top of having amazing reliability, all 3 of these cars are also known for having very good resale value. Thanks to their desirability, being affordable to buy with low repair costs, they have very strong demand on the used car market. So if I decide to sell this car down the road, I know I'm going to get a lot of my money back. In reality, if my only priorities were pricing, affordability, and buying a car with a strong reputation for reliability, any one of these 3 cars would have been an amazing choice. But there were a few important reasons why I decided to go for the Mazda 3 over the Civic and Corolla, and I'm going to explain why. A few things that are important to me that the Mazda 3 has going for it over both the Civic and Corolla include its styling, its premium upscale feel, and its sportiness. For one thing, I think the Mazda 3, especially in the sedan body style, has a very stylish exterior design. In fact, it actually won World Design of the Year back in 2020, which does say a lot about Mazda design. I think it looks especially sharp in the color combination that I went with, which is the polymetal gray metallic paint with the black trim and the black 18-inch wheels, which give it a very sporty look. And on top of having a great design, it also has a very premium and upscale feeling interior, far more so than what you get in both the Corolla and the Civic. Mazda has slowly been working its way up to becoming a more premium manufacturer, and you can really feel and see that with the interior design. You have very high quality switchgear, excellent trim and finishes, and you even have a few really nice interior color options too, instead of the plain black interiors like you get in the other cars. For example, in addition to the regular black, you can also go with a light tan interior, or you can even go with a red leather interior like I went with my car here. All of the finishes just give the interior a really nice upscale feel, making it feel a lot more expensive than it really is. Now, one thing I have to admit that I'm not super crazy about is the functionality of the infotainment system when compared to the Honda and Toyota. Unlike the Civic and Corolla, which both come with very simple to use touchscreen infotainment systems with a very straightforward control layout, the Mazda 3 has a non-touchscreen, which instead you have to control using this rotary dial on the center console. Now, I have to admit, even though I would have preferred to have a simple touchscreen like you get in the other 2 cars, once you get used to the setup, it really isn't all that bad. And at least it comes with all of the features that you would expect to see. I decided to go with the top trim GT, which is the equivalent of the premium trim in the US. That means my car comes with all of the desirable features that I wanted, including all of the active safety technology and features, a full surround view camera system, a premium Bose 12-speaker sound system, and also a full color head-up display, which is something that you don't get in the other 2 cars. One area though where the Mazda 3 might be lacking a little bit for some is the interior space. Although the Mazda 3 might not have quite as much rear seat or trunk space as you get in the Honda Civic, that wasn't exactly a top priority for me. So for my needs, this car does work perfectly fine. One area though where the Mazda 3 does have a big advantage over both the Corolla and the Civic is in the engine transmission department. The most popular drivetrain, and the one that I went with, is the standard naturally aspirated 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine with the 6-speed automatic transmission and front-wheel drive. This engine produces around 190 horsepower, which is roughly the same as the optional engine in the Honda Civic, which has a 1.5 turbo 4-cylinder, and a lot more than the base 2-liter engine in both the Civic and the Corolla. And you can really feel that extra power on the road. This car has excellent acceleration, and because of its larger displacement, it's also a very smooth and refined engine. as is the 6-speed automatic transmission, which was another major bonus for me. Although there's certainly nothing wrong with the CVT or continuously variable transmissions that you get in the Civic or Corolla, a conventional 6-speed automatic is my preferred choice when it comes to mechanical simplicity and also performance. Mazda has been using this transmission and Skyactiv engine for over a decade now. They have proven reliability and they're known to last a long time with just basic maintenance, which was a major selling point. So some of you might be wondering why I didn't go for the optional 2.5 turbo engine or the all-wheel drive, which are both available options on the Mazda 3 and both options that you can get on the Civic or Corolla. Well, there were a few reasons for that. For one thing, even though it would have been nice to have all of that extra power, the turbo engine in the Mazda 3 produces up to 250 horsepower, way more than you get in both the Civic and Corolla. I just didn't really feel that it was necessary for a small car like this. And I really didn't want to have the additional mechanical complexity of a turbo engine, which are sometimes known for having more maintenance and repair issues down the road as they age. And the same is also true of all-wheel drive. Even though I do live in Canada and it would be nice to have all-wheel drive, especially in the winter time for the added traction, it really wasn't necessary for my needs. I also ended up getting a set of dedicated high-quality winter tires, Michelin X-Ice, which are supposed to perform extremely well, so even with front-wheel drive, I don't anticipate having any issues driving in the winter. Even though having all-wheel drive would be nice, and it is nice to see that it's available as an option on the Mazda 3 because you can't get it on either the Civic or Corolla, I just didn't really feel it was necessary for my needs. Not only do you have more mechanical complexity with all-wheel drive, with more potential for repair and maintenance issues down the road, but you also get reduced fuel economy too, which is something that I didn't want. Although the fuel economy is still not quite as good as what you get in both the Civic and Corolla, both of which are easily able to top over 40 miles per gallon or under 6 liters per 100 kilometers, the fuel economy is still perfectly fine. I'm more than happy to give up a little bit of fuel economy in exchange for having better power and performance, that mechanical simplicity, and that strong reliability, which is exactly what you get in this case. And it's not just the performance and quality of this car that are impressive, it's also the handling too. Mazda has long been known for making very sporty cars with sharp handling, and the latest Mazda 3 certainly doesn't disappoint. It feels very balanced and composed, it's very fun to toss around, and I also love the firm feel of the brakes and the steering too, which is a little bit on the heavier side, which is exactly what I prefer. And what's really amazing is that you get this incredible handling and very good ride quality too, despite the fact that the Mazda 3 has a very simple torsion beam rear suspension, as opposed to the more sophisticated multi-link suspension that you get in the Civic and Corolla. I know some other reviewers have criticized the Mazda 3 for having torsion beam rear suspension, but honestly it's mechanically simpler, there's less parts to wear out over time, so you don't have to worry about any maintenance, and it handles just as well as the Civic or Corolla, so what exactly is there to complain about? Basically, as a whole, when you put it all together, the great performance from the drivetrain, the excellent handling, the very high quality luxury feel of the interior, and also its strong reputation for reliability, low repair costs, and strong resale value, those are all the main reasons why I chose this car over anything else in its class. Now, as mentioned, even though I personally prefer the styling, the interior, and the sporty feel of the Mazda 3 over the Civic and Corolla, you're really not going to go wrong if you decide to choose one of those other two cars. Both have equally strong, if not even better reputations for long-term reliability, better fuel economy, and both offer excellent value for money, making them excellent buys. And then of course you have the pricing. All three of these cars are fairly reasonably priced for what you're getting. The Toyota Corolla unquestionably is the value leader in the group. And if ultimate affordability is what you're looking for, you are going to get the most value with the Corolla. The Civic is on the other end, being the most expensive out of the three when you compare equivalent trims, although given the fact that it is a little bit bigger, has more interior space and more cargo space, I will give it that. And when it comes to the pricing of the Mazda, although it can get up there if you go for all-wheel drive and the turbo engine, the pricing is very reasonable if you stick to the base naturally aspirated engine with front-wheel drive. So at this point, I think it's time to take a closer look at my specific deal, what I paid for this car, and how I came down to my decision-making process with the dealership. Okay, now that I'm safely pulled over, let's take a closer look at the exact deal that I got for this Mazda 3, taking a look at the contract and price quote from the dealership on my phone. Now, if we look at this, we can see that I bought this car from Westtown Mazda here in Ontario, and I have to say, the customer experience with this dealership was very good. I don't have any complaints in that department. And if we look at the price breakdown, we can see that I paid just over $27,000 plus tax, which came to an out-the-door price of just over $30,600 all in. Now, things to note about this price. Number one, this was not the price for a brand new car because this was in fact a company demo with a little bit of mileage on it. When I picked up the car, it had just over 2,000 kilometers, which is roughly 1,200 miles. So not a lot of mileage. This car was essentially brand new, but not brand new. This was a demo, which is treated like a used car, which means you don't need to pay some of the fees that are on a brand new car, like your delivery and destination or your freight and PDI. I made sure that was not on the contract. That's a fee that you only pay on a brand new car. And lucky enough for me, the dealership did not charge it. On top of the selling price, I did have to pay a safety inspection fee and title and licensing fee, which I was totally fine with. And in the end, I ended up saving over $5,000 on this car versus a comparable factory order on a brand new 2023, which of course I was not going to complain about. This was a phenomenal deal, which was another reason why I decided to buy this specific car. Now, how exactly was I able to get this amazing price? Well, after doing a lot of shopping around and able to find really good deals on a brand new factory order, I found out that Mazda was willing to let go of this specific car, which again was a company car, for a really attractive price. That was basically too good to pass up. So basically I had to take it. Now, even though part of what I do is offering professional advice to my clients, helping with car buying advice, recommendations, or reviewing dealership offers or dealership quotes, I really don't think I would be able to get this exact same deal for one of my own clients. That's how exceptional and amazing this deal was in the end. But of course, if you do need any kind of car buying advice and just want to speak to a professional, you can always sign up to carhelpcanada.com and one of our team members or even myself would be happy to help you out. And before we go today, I just want to say a huge thank you. Thank you to all of you for watching these videos and for supporting this channel, which recently hit 100,000 subscribers. An amazing milestone that I didn't think would have been possible in the past, but again, it's all thanks to you. So huge thank you, and I'll see you next time. Take care.